أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Today we will proceed our story as we read the story yesterday that Rosie and his friend Nicobobinus, who was very extraordinary talented, they started their journey to find the land of dragon. When they started, in a way, when they were going out of their when they were going out of the narrow street, and night watchman asked where they were going. So they said to him that we are going to find the dragon land. So after that, they both ran out of the hands of night watchmen. They ran suddenly and very fast towards his destinations. So we read that today we are going to start from here. We are not going to get far without supplies, said Rosie gloomily. I wonder if I could pick a few of those, said Nicobobinus, gazing up at an apple tree on the other side of the garden wall. Of course you can, said Rosie. Stand on my shoulders. Of course you can, said Rosie. Stand on my shoulders. So Nicobobinus stood on Rosie's shoulders and climbed onto the wall, but the tree was further away than he thought, and as he reached out, he lost his balance and fell with a crash down into the most magnificent garden he had ever been in. As you can see, I'm again repeating. So Nicobobinus stood on Rosie's shoulders and climbed onto the wall, but the tree was further away than he thought, and as he reached out, he lost his balance and fell with a crash down into the most magnificent garden he had ever been in. Nicobobinus looked back up at the high wall, but there was no way he could climb back. What I'm going to do, he yelled. Okay, again, I'm going to repeat the story. When they had gone out of the city or the town, So they reached a garden surrounded by a high wall. So Rosie said to the Nicobarbanus that we cannot go further. We cannot go to our long distance without any food and supplies. So let's read it again. We are no going to get far without supplies, said Rosie gloomily. Gloomily mean sadly. Supplies mean foods and other stuff of which can be needed for a journey. So after that, the Nicobarbanus says that I wonder, I could think, I wish, I wonder if I could pick a few of those, said Nicobarbanus, gazing up at an apple tree on the other side of the garden wall. Of course, you can. So after that, Rosie answers that you can do. He supports his friend Nicobarbanus and encouraging him to do and pick up some apples from the garden. He can see behind a wall, a big wall. I wonder if I could pick a few of those, said Nicobarbanus, gazing up at an apple tree on the other side of the garden wall. Of course you can. Of course you can, said Rosie. Stand on my shoulders. He gave support through his shoulders to Nicobarbanus that stand on my shoulders to reach the apple tree. So Nicobarbanus stood on Rosie's shoulder and climbed onto the wall, but the tree was farther away than he thought. And as he reached out, he lost his balance and fell with a crash down into the most magnificent garden he had ever been in. Again, I'm repeating. So Nicobarbanus stood on Rosie's shoulders and climbed onto the wall, but the tree was further away than he thought. And as he reached out, he lost his balance and fell with a crash down into the most magnificent garden he had ever been in. So when he climbed onto the wall by standing up on the Rosie's shoulders, so the tree was farther away from the wall. He didn't thought about that it would be that much farther than his reach. So when he tried out to reach the tree to pick a few apples from the apple tree, so he lost his balance and fell into the the garden, which was very beautiful he ever seen in his life. So Nicobarbanus stood on Rosie's shoulders and climbed into the wall, but the tree was farther away than he thought. and as he reached out, he lost his balance and fell with a crash down into the most magnificent garden he had ever been in. Okay, now Nicobobinus looked back up at the high wall, but there was no way he could climb back. "What am I going to do?" he yelled. Nicobobinus looked back up at the high wall. The wall was very high, very tall, so there was no way to climb back on the wall. So he worried that how could I go back. So he shouted, he yelled me, he shouted, "What am I going to do? Now how can I go back?" He shouted to his friend. This is enough. Now I'm going to translate it in Urdu as well for your learning purpose. Maybe I use some Pashto words for your understanding, so please don't mind. Now I'm going to we are no going, as I said yesterday, that this is we are. It is a contract form of we are when they put a comma after the e. So it is not war. It is we are no going to get far without supplies, said Rosie gloomingly. सामान के बगैर, supplies means सामान, सामान के बगैर, we are not going to get far without supplies. सामान के बगैर हम ज़्यादा दूर नहीं जा सकते हैं. Get far, we are not going to get far, हम ज़्यादा दूर नहीं जा सकते. Said Rosie gloomily. रोज़ी ने apa berari? Ringguna berari. ये कट कर. पता नहीं चल सारी. सामान के बगैर हम ज़्यादा दूर नहीं जा सकते. Said Rosie gloomily. रोज़ी ने उदासी से कहा. Gloomily mean sadly. I wonder if I could pick a few of those. सोचता हूँ, I wonder, I think, I thought, I wish, I wonder if I could pick a few of those. सोचता हूँ कि क्या इनमें से चंद एक तोड़ सकता हूँ. Pick a few of those में का मतलब है मैं इनमें से कुछ सेबों को तोड़ सकता हूँ, क्योंकि वो बहुत ऊंचे थे. सो इस वजह से उसने एक ख़्याल में कहा. Said Nicobobinus ने कहा. Gazing up at an apple tree on the other side of the garden wall. बाग़ की दीवार की दूसरी तरफ, other side दूसरी तरफ, of the garden wall, बाग़ की दीवार की दूसरी तरफ, on the other side, gazing up at an apple tree, निगाह उठाकर घूरते हुए. Gazing mean घूरना. When we look to something very attentively, straightly, so it is called gazing. घूरना, किसी चीज़ को ज़्यादा देर तक देखना, मुसलसल देखने को कहते हैं घूरना. तो Nicobobinus ने बाग़ की दीवार की दूसरी तरफ लगे सेब के दरख्त को निगाह उठाकर घूरते हुए कहा. निकोबोबिनस ने कहा कि क्या मैं इन सेबों से कुछ तोड़ सकता हूँ जो बाग की दीवार की दूसरी तरफ थी, जो इनके दरमियान एक बड़ा सा दीवार था। Of course you can, said Rosie, and stand on my shoulders. यकीनन तुम कर सकते हो। Of course you can, यकीनन तुम कर सकते हो, said Rosie. रोज़ी ने निकोबोबिनस से कहा, यकीनन तुम ऐसा कर सकते हो। Stand on my shoulders, मेरे कंधों पर खड़े हो जाओ। तुम इसको मेरे कंधों पर खड़े होकर इसको पहुंच सकते हो। So Nicobombinus stood on Rosie's shoulders. So Nicobombinus stood on Rosie's shoulders and climbed onto the wall. लिहाजा Nicobombinus stood on Rosie's shoulders. लिहाजा निकोबोबिनस रोज़ी के कंधों पर खड़ा हुआ। शोल्डर्स मीन कंधे, स्टूड खड़ा होना। सो निकोबोबिनस रोज़ी के कंधों पर खड़ा हुआ एंड क्लाइम ऑन टू द वॉल, और दीवार पर चढ़ गया। क्लाइम मीन चढ़ना। बट द ट्री वॉज फार्दर अवे दैन ही थॉट, लेकिन दरख्त उसके अंदाज़े से ज़्यादा दूर था। फर्दर अवे ज़्यादा दूर, दैन ही थॉट उसके अंदाज़े से ज़्यादा। एंड एज ही रीच आउट, जैसे ही उसने हाथ बढ़ाया, रीच आउट उसको पहुंचने के लिए खड़ा हुआ, हाथ आगे किया। ही लॉस हिज बैलेंस, उसने अपना तवाज़ुन खो दिया। एंड फेल विद अ क्रैश, और धड़ाम से गिर पड़ा। धड़ाम से गिर पड़ना, एज वी से इन पश्तो दैट गरज़। So they says in English that says that fell with a crash down into the most magnificent garden he had ever been. ऐसे शानदार बाग में जिसमें वो पहले कभी दाखिल नहीं हुआ था। Down into the most magnificent, बहुत ही शानदार बाग में नीचे गिर पड़ा, जिसमें वो इससे पहले कभी दाखिल नहीं हुआ था। एवर बीन इन मीन किसी जगह में दाखिल होने को कहते हैं। Nicobombinus looked back up at the high wall, but there was no way he could climb back. निकोबोबिनस ने निगाह उठाकर बुलंद दीवार को देखा। Nicobombinus looked back up at the high wall. निकोबोबिनस ने वापस निगाह उठाकर बुलंद दीवार को देखा। हाई वॉल, बुलंद दीवार। लुक बैक अप, पीछे मुड़कर ऊपर देखने को कहते हैं। बट देयर वॉज नो वे ही कुड क्लाइम बैक, लेकिन इसके वापस चढ़ने का कोई तरीका नहीं था। देयर वॉज नो वे, कोई रास्ता उसको नहीं नज़र आ रहा था कि मैं वापस इस दीवार पर कैसे चढ़ूँगा। But there was no way he could climb back. There was no way to go back to his friend Rosie, or back to on his journey. What am I going to do? He yelled. Yell mean he shouted. उसने चिल्लाया कि मैं क्या करूँगा। What am I going to do? अब मैं क्या करूँगा, अब मैं कैसे वापस आऊँगा, उसने चिल्लाया। This was enough for today. To please note some vocabulary. uh, in your notebooks. Far away, दूर, बहुत दूर. Gloomily, gloomily, sadly. अफसुर्दगी से. उदासी से. Is it clear? After that, pick. To grab. To take. और उठाना, तोड़ना. After that, gazing. Gurna, looking straight. Something. तुम्हें इसका घूरना. Shoulders. Part of our body. Welcome. कबीरी हो रहा है लेकिन देर टाइम में वाड़ो 24 मिनट से बोलेगा 16 टाइम में 30 मिनट नहीं 30 मिनट नहीं हाँ बस यो मिनट ते यो दो द्रे बता मान्युअली कम बस शोल्डर्स कंधे राशि की करिश क्या वाला कपड़ा climb. चढ़ना after that farther wait reached out balance tawazun magnificent magnificent very beautiful शानदार garden बाग place for plants flowers high wall high wall high wall very tall बुलंद दीवार yelled yelled shouted चिल्लाना This is enough for your today's lesson. Please note the vocabulary in your notebooks. That's the usual. Thank you. Allah Aman.